Hi everyone! This video will discuss the classes Cadena and Kain in MapleStory and why they do not have dragon horns, tails, or wings like their fellow Nova counterparts Kaiser and Angelic Buster. The Nova are one of the many races present in Grandis. They are characterized as humans with dragon-like features. More specifically, the Nova are humans with the horns, wings, and tail of a dragon. There are many NPCs in the town of Pantheon, the starting area of Kaiser and Angelic Buster, that are of the Nova race, including Fennel and Adia. Magnus is also a Nova. In terms of the playable Nova classes, Kaiser and Angelic Buster both have the characteristic dragon horns and wings of a Nova. On the other hand, the two most recent Nova classes, Cadena and Kain, have no dragon horns, tail, or wings at all, as seen in their official artworks. As a result, it becomes a little difficult to immediately tell that Cadena and Kain are Nova. However, the story quests for Cadena and Kain reveal why they are missing their dragon features, and as a result, this video will discuss why Cadena and Kain are missing their dragon horns, dragon tail, and dragon wings, according to their stories. This video will contain spoilers from Cadena's story quests and Kain's story quests.
Let me go! I have to get to the castle! I don't have time for this!
Calm yourself. There's no one left there to save. You were the only survivor.
What?
Cadena does not have her dragon horns, tail, or wings because she ends up cutting them off as a painful reminder for herself. Cadena was once a princess of the Nova royal family of Grandis, but Magnus ended up infiltrating the Nova royal family's palace, taking the lives of every single member of the Nova royal family, with Cadena being the only survivor. Cadena ends up cutting off her dragon horns, tail, and wings all by herself, letting the pain serve as a reminder of her anger and vengeance towards the people that took the lives of the Nova royal family. She even gave herself the name Cadena as a means to bring a new identity for herself.
Not long after I awoke, I started working for the local branch of shadow dealers. The naive and cowardly royal I was before was dead. I would need a new name. I reinvented myself as Cadena and took up the chain as my weapon. In doing so, I vowed that I would never be helpless again.
What Cadena's name was during her time as a Nova princess is currently unknown. Cadena's exclusive cutscene after the events of Limina also reveal that Cadena cut off her dragon features as a means to completely disassociate herself from her previous powerless state as a Nova princess, where she didn't have the combat skills at the time to face Magnus and save her family. This may explain why out of all of the playable Nova classes, Cadena has the least dragon imagery in her skill set. Kaiser, Angelic Buster, and Kain have many skills with dragon spirits and dragon imagery, such as Kaiser's final form and dragon flare, Angelic Buster's Trinity and Mighty Mascot, and Kain's Strike Arrow and Thanatos Descent. Meanwhile, Cadena has only one skill that features a dragon. Excluding the common Nova skills shared among the Nova classes, Cadena's fourth job skill, Chain Art's Beatdown, is the only skill in her skill set where a dragon can be seen. And this dragon only appears during this skill for a very brief moment when the Cadena player uses almost all of Cadena's muscle memory skills in the span of 5 seconds. In terms of what Cadena may have looked like with her dragon features, there are a few NPC illustrations of her during her time as a Nova princess. Cadena's exclusive animated cutscene also briefly shows Cadena with her dragon features during her time as the princess of the Nova royal family.
I lost everything because I was weak. My family, my life, everything. There's only one way to protect what's mine in this savage world. I've got to become stronger than everyone who wants to destroy me. That's all there is to it. I'm done with anger and regret. All they've brought me is pain. I only need one goal: to get stronger and crush anyone that stands in my way. I'll do whatever it takes, even if it hurts more than anything I've ever known. This stupid crest of the Nova royal family. As long as I cling to the past, I'll never be able to move on. My wings, my horns, and even my tail. In the midst of battle, they'll be nothing but a liability to me. I will never forget this pain. Whenever I lose my faith, I'll look at these scars and remember what it is I fight for. My commitment.
Kain does not have his dragon horns, tail, or wings because they were very likely cut off when he was an infant. Kain is a little different from the other 3 Nova classes because he is part of a subgroup of the Nova called the Black Nova. The Black Nova are different from traditional Nova because they worshipped an ancient god called Satyrus the Devil Dragon. In exchange for their worship, Satyrus gifted the Black Nova a power source called Malice, which the Black Nova used to rule over Grandis and its inhabitants with fear.
Dragon? And what's this part about Nova?
That dragon is the one they called Satyrus the Devil. It had a cult called the Black Nova.
The Black Nova?
One of the Nova clans, a smaller one. Back in the ancient gods' time, they worshipped the Devil Dragon, trying to tap into his power. Real troublemakers, those guys. The whole world was afraid of them.
What kind of trouble? Did they start a war?
Well, it's called malice, not happy fairy dust. They didn't use it to make people cupcakes.
However, there was a war soon after called the Ancient War, which resulted in Satyrus being put into a dormant state. With Satyrus in dormancy, the Black Nova no longer had the power of malice, and they were therefore easy targets for the many races which they once ruled over. This ended up causing the Black Nova to be purged by many of the other grandest races. In order to save themselves from being purged, many of the Black Nova went into hiding and would begin to start cutting off their dragon horns, tail, and wings so that they wouldn't be recognized as Black Nova and would thus be safe from being purged. This whole series of events occurred many generations before Kain's birth, and as a result, it's implied that when Kain was born, his parents had his dragon features removed so that he would not be recognized as a Black Nova and would thus not be targeted. In terms of what Kain may have looked like with his dragon features, there is a brief cutscene image which shows Satyrus with his Black Nova worshippers with their dragon features attached. Additionally, in Kain's skill set itself, Kain has 2 skills which briefly show what his dragon horns, tail, and wings might have looked like. If the Kain player uses the possessed version of his hyper skill, Unseen Sniper, there is a very brief moment where Kain's dragon features materialize. The same applies to when Kain uses his 5th job skill, Dragon Burst. So yes, this is why Cadena and Kain do not have the traditional dragon horns, dragon tail, or dragon wings of a Nova. It will be interesting to see whether the future Nova Magician class will retain their dragon features like Kaiser and Angelic Buster, or if they will end up losing their dragon features due to their lore. Thank you very much for watching this video, I truly appreciate it. Bye bye!